Good morning, day or night. Welcome to Foreshadowing, the place where we happen to talk about films that have not happened yet. I am your host, HIRAM, and once again I'm joined by my good friends.
Dan the Captain.
And Mr. Chuck or Mr. Charles. Write in the comment section which name do you prefer the most.
And while you do that, if you want to seriously get into it, we're going to talk about another movie. We haven't seen Black Panther yet because it is due this Friday, but that doesn't matter because today we're speaking about Annihilation.
Oh, gee.
We have no hype for this movie, nor we have.
I kind of.
You kind of do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be like Predator or Alien. But I really are looking forward for this.
You are, man. What about you, Mister? Whatever you are. Sorry, man.
When I first heard of Alex Garland as a writer and a director, I saw Ex Machina, and I thought that movie was just excellent, dude.
Yeah.
Like that was a great film. It had great visuals, great cinematography. It was a perfect film for me because also the themes in that film really appealed to me. And the first time I heard he was doing Annihilation, well, I was really excited because
Okay, so more than the movie, you are excited that
I'm excited
about
to see
Alex Garland's return to director's chair.
Yeah, and I think that the film is going to be like he mentioned, is going to be like a Predator-like film.
Okay.
Or an alien-like film with some scare bumps, something like that.
Yeah. Well.
But I really think it will be good. It will be entertaining.
You feel convinced?
Yeah, I'm convinced I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. Well, before we begin foreshadowing, here's a bit of background. Annihilation is based on the 2014 novel by Jeff Vandermeer. And it is the first in a series of 3 books called the Southern Reach Trilogy. Maybe some of you have heard of it, some of you have read it, but for now, we are about to go on a quest in what it will be possibly the first movie of yet another trilogy.
No, come on, no.
I don't know how to feel about that, but for the time being, let's talk about Annihilation, and we begin talking about the plot. What do you think this movie is about, besides what you've already said?
I mean, I haven't read the books, so I really don't know what the story is about. But from what I can see in the trailer,
Yes?
I think the plot is going to start with this very happy couple, Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac. And they're very happy, but one day this guy goes into this military expedition. She doesn't really know where he's going, but he's going, right? So one day he's not coming back, and they find him real hurt. So she's going to go into this strange realm
Into the woods.
where strange things happen. And
Yeah.
she's gonna go in and she's going to try to discover what happened to her
The
husband.
mystery of the weird LCD portal
Yeah,
or
but
field, whatever.
also it feels weird. Like in the trailer, there is this weird sound that
Yeah,
that
I mean,
appears every
wow.
time they show the woods. So
I don't know if that's like part of the score or if it is like
A
the
sound
noise,
effect
exactly,
or
whatever. It's weird, but I'm beginning to notice something. Like, I don't think we can judge this time like the plot as much as we can judge the adaptation. So even though we have not read, or well, I don't know you, Dan. Have you read? Okay,
No.
none of us have read the books. Do you think it's gonna be a good adaptation? I mean, like, it's gonna make sense without having to read the book.
I guess. I mean, that's what any film have to do, you know?
Yeah,
It's
but-
the first one. I mean, I know there are some cases where that's not how it goes, But with the backstory of this director, I'm completely convinced and completely sure he can do a great job. I can even see this going like a standalone movie, not necessarily
yes.
being a trilogy or a saga or whatever.
Like, you would believe it would be wise for one movie to
Yeah, like
take
wrap
the
it
three
up.
books.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not take the 3 books, but just like take the concept. Okay, like
Okay.
taking the antagonist and kind of the situation that is going on, but not going into the books like that.
Okay, I see where you're going. And, well, yeah, I do believe that now, well, in this moment of film industry, it's like unwise to make movie series based on books because
They're not doing so well.
exactly, I don't necessarily think that
They're going to be
people are not
bad.
invested in it or that they're gonna be bad, but I think Hollywood is playing wrong something. I mean, like, they are maybe having a long gap between movie and movie. That, I mean, sometimes that is good, but maybe when you're talking about book to movie adaptations,
consecutive.
yeah, it's like if you're gonna premiere your movie, in this case, February, I don't know what this something coming. I think 22.
I think it's
something
coming
like
in
that.
20,
Oh,
something like
February 20 something. Like if you're gonna make a sequel, because you're seeing a good budget. Well, no. Now that I'm saying that, I believe that's why they leave the gap, no, so they can see how well it does. But still, it's like, man, like you build up something for some people, and some people like it, and they don't get to see the end because
they had to wait 3 years.
or nobody cared. So, well,
like
we didn't make money. Tough luck. Sorry, fans. I mean, that's not the first time we have seen that happening. I mean, maybe some of you remember
The Amazing Spider-Man.
exactly, or Percy Jackson movies that were.
or Shadowhunters
awful.
or Aragon or
Yeah, there are many examples.
we can go on and on and on.
But, okay, to give this movie a point, do you think the story, the adaptation, will be good enough for people to want to see more
Yeah.
eventually?
I mean, not necessarily to see more. For example, this director was the one of Dread 2012.
No, he was the writer.
The writer?
Only the writer.
Sorry. But it's still good. You get into this world of Dread.
Yeah.
I know it's a comic book and whatever, but you can really feel what's going on around. And you don't need to know the backstory of Dread. You don't really know the backstory of Dread.
That's part
You
of
just
the
saw
idea.
him like being a badass and fucking killing everyone. And I think this is how this is going to go. Okay? Like he kinda establishes the film so you can get what's going on, but maybe you can make it a sequel or a threequel or whatever, but this doesn't necessarily have to go that way.
Okay. What say you, Mr. Chunk?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Well, so I think this movie is going to be appealing for some people, right? Like, it's not going to be appealing for the mainstream, just like Ex Machina wasn't, because let's be honest, the people are not really interested in. Not all people are interested in watching these independent sci-fi films.
Yes, yes.
Right. So I think this is one movie that it's going to have it's very specific audience.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
People who like sci-fi, they like indie movies. Maybe the people who like the books. So I think that it's not going to be like a big franchise. It's not going to be a big mainstream appealing movie.
Or you're gonna be a household name like, oh, Paramount, Annihilation.
Yeah,
You're not gonna make that connection necessarily.
it might become a cult classic like Ex Machina did,
Okay.
but certainly not a mainstream classic.
Sure.
That's what I think the movie outcome is going to be, and I really don't think they will hold up to the sequels.
So you're saying it's gonna be like
Yeah,
We made it.
I think
Well,
it's going to be a standalone Annihilation film, and then they're gonna move on to another project.
Yeah, I don't believe like. Well, I want it to be, but I do believe that there ain't gonna be like this element in the story that is gonna make me want to see more. Maybe it's going to want. Maybe it's gonna make me want to read the books, but not see another movie. I don't know if I make any sense.
So you might as well read the books,
Yes,
but you wouldn't like to see another movie.
yes, I do believe like that's gonna happen
okay.
in the end. I mean, like the plot won't be like. It's not a complete point in
Like
my
a
opinion.
cliffhanger.
Exactly.
Or
It's gonna
something.
be like, okay, well, I suppose I could read what happens next, but I really
have
don't
the
care.
need to, yeah.
I really don't care.
Okay, so half a point.
Half point, correct. So we go to director, and I believe that answer is pretty clear
Yeah.
for all of us.
That's pretty straightforward. Alex Garland is a great director in my
One
opinion.
of the underrated people in the industry right now. Like, yeah, I really hope like this could be an how to call it, his rise to fame. Like from this movie,
Mhm.
maybe they don't like the movie, but they're gonna say, "Hey, this guy is
He's
got
a great
talent. He's a
director
great
and
director."
he's-
Exactly.
His own, like he can't make a romantic movie or a romantic comedy, but talking about the type of films he makes, he's great. So yeah, that's a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he will ever be one of those blockbuster directors like Nolan or Spielberg.
Yes.
But
He can.
I
mean,
think
he
he
could-
could
he
become
could,
yeah.
a Nolan. I think he could reach like that level. Like I begin with small, half appreciated movies, and once
Mind-tricking.
exactly, and once I get to like something big,
yeah,
people are gonna go back to my
I think
former job.
I think for that to happen, he would have to have an opportunity in one of I don't know Marvel movies or DC
I wouldn't
movies.
like him in Marvel though. Not because I wouldn't like to see a movie made by him in Marvel, but because I wouldn't like him to be stuck
Yeah.
With
in Marvel. Yes. Like for example, I love what James Gunn did with Guardians and whatever, but I do believe that he could have done more outside of Marvel, but now he's a bit stuck with the future phases and whatever.
Yeah,
So-
but he did a really good job because he's now kind of
Yeah, of
directing
course.
the universe of Marvel. and
He's
whatever.
like the third or second in command, however you want to put it.
You know what I would really like?
What?
A Batman film
Okay.
directed by him because he has this kind of mental aspect
Yeah,
where it's kind of tricky and you don't have a clear idea of who is really the bad guy. Most than director, a writer.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would become like he would become truly a Nolan fan. I mean, not a Nolan fan, a Nolan imitator. But also he would be stuck with DC.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I don't think like that is going forward. I mean, we have Aquaman at the end of this year, and I do believe that is gonna be like, okay, we failed. Let's reboot this thing, but we'll get to that later this year. So director is a point.
Yeah.
What about production? What have we heard about the progress or process of making this movie?
I haven't heard of any problem. So I guess that is good.
But then again, I don't believe it is having so much press. Like, they're
Mhm.
trying to keep it low
Yes,
profile.
since it's an indie film, like, they're not going to.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you could have heard a bit more by this moment. Like, it's a couple weeks away, and you would have probably. I mean, like, when Ex Machina was about to be released, I had no clue it was coming until, like, the last month that was like, oh, now there are posters of this movie, and there's a new trailer, and the cast seems okay.
I don't even remember.
No?
I don't even remember Ex Machina's release. I saw Ex Machina like a year after it was released. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I,
It's not a film that is bound to be great in the cinema,
It,
Okay.
it
but
really,
it's bound to be great like through the ages in the
Like
genre.
it's gonna
Yeah,
age well.
it's
Yeah.
a cult film. It really went under the radar when it first came out, Ex Machina.
Yeah,
I think Annihilation will do more
Better?
or less equally.
Oh, equally.
It will more or less go under the radar too. And so, as I said earlier, some people will appreciate it really much, and some people won't even notice it.
So we could say like we could give it a half point now with a possible complete point in
Yeah.
some years.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a wine.
Okay. Good wine.
Yeah.
But speaking of good wines, let's talk about the cast. I don't know how that connects, but whatever. We have Natalie Portman. When was the last time any of you saw Natalie Portman in a movie?
I guess Colossal. No, Colossal was
Colossal?
no, it was Sam Hathaway in Colossal.
But
Natalie
I'm
Portman.
not sure.
I mean, the last movie like I have memory of is Thor, the second one. After that, I am not sure of having seen her anywhere. Like, she disappeared. And I mean,
Well,
she was a decent actress. So
She is a decent
Well, yeah,
actress.
she is. And I don't know, like, she suddenly faded away.
No, she kept making films. She
But-
made Thor: The Dark World
Yes.
and Night of Cups and
Oh, Night of Cups, right.
Jane Got a Gun, Jackie.
Oh,
Jackie.
Jackie,
Yeah,
of
Jackie,
course.
Jackie.
No, yes. So sorry, Natalie Portman, if you're listening this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you wish.
Yeah, we wish, man. But okay, so we got Jackie, and that was last year, man. Well, no.
2016.
Yeah, but she was nominated last year. That's what I mean. Okay, so Natalie Portman, I think it's a good.
Oscar Isaac, who is one of the best actors right now.
Yeah.
Yes, like he. Well, after Apocalypse, I'm not like so fond of him, but
But come on,
yes,
Star Wars.
he's
and
Poe Dameron,
X-Men.
man.
Suburbicon.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, also an award nominee actress for The Hateful Eight, I believe. Or
I'm not sure.
I do believe Jennifer Jason Leigh was in The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, it was her.
Okay, and Tessa Thompson coming back to after being in Thor Ragnarok. Maybe not the best performance.
No,
of the
she was
movie,
great.
but she was okay. I mean, like I don't dislike her, but I'm also like out of the four, she's like the weakest one.
And Benedict
me.
Wong.
Oh, and Benedict Wong,
Wong.
who, if you don't know, he plays Wong in Doctor Strange.
Fucking Marvel, man.
Yeah, we have a lot of Marvel here, man.
Or Disney.
Or Disney. But, well, so do you think any of them or any actor in the movie will have like a breakout performance worthy of something?
Sure.
I mean, there are many award nominees here.
I think, first of all, Oscar Isaac is not going to appear much.
Yes, he's like the...
He's
The
going to
comatose
have,
guy.
he's going to have about 15 minutes.
He's
He's going to be the
Garland's-
Channing Tatum of Kingsman, the Golden Circle.
Okay, yes, something
He,
like
he
that.
was like, what, 10 minutes and he was then comatose?
No, but I do believe that he will become like the Michael Caine of Alex Garland, where he brings him back, but not necessarily
Okay.
for a major role. Or no, the Tom Hardy. Sorry, Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
Like you see Dunkirk and you don't see Tom Hardy's face, but you know.
But he's there.
He's
He's
there.
crucial to the plot.
Exactly, he's like the hero. Because So what say you? We give it a point, or there's not gonna be like anything?
I
No.
think there's a good effort. There's a good
Yes, I mean,
Uh,
it's not going to be Oscar nominee, I guess.
Maybe sound editing or something like that. But cast, I don't believe
No.
it's gonna reach.
But they're going to play their parts. Okay,
Oh, it's gonna
it's
be-
not going to flop, but
it's going to work.
Yeah.
Only. So-
It works for the movie, but it's not going to be exceptional.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
So half
Yeah, I
point?
give it a point.
A point? Full point?
Yeah, full point.
Okay. What about the music? I really don't know what to say about this because
It's hard to talk about this movie because everything is for the movie, but not for the general public and masses and whatever.
yes.
So everything is built up to make the movie great, but the movie itself it's not bound to be something so amazing.
Okay, because well, I also like got the vibe from the trailer that it's gonna be the score isn't gonna play a role as much as it's gonna be for creating tension.
Yeah.
It's gonna be more like sound effects mixed with ambientation more than a score. So personally, I wouldn't give it a point. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna go out of the movie theater remembering the musical essence the same way I don't remember Ex Machina's
I think,
score.
I think I would give it a point because if you look at Ex Machina, in Ex Machina the whole music, well
Yeah,
I don't know if we can call it music, but
The sound
the whole
department.
sound
Yes.
arrangements
Yes.
allow you to build that tension that the movie needs, and it works as a
As a whole,
it works as a complement to the
Yes.
cinematography of the movie, in my opinion.
Okay.
But
maybe
Well,
half,
uh,
maybe half, or,
yeah, saying
or
that,
1/3.
One third. No, let's keep it mathematically easy. I don't want to give a 6.75 grade or something like that.
0.66666.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I'll give it half, man. Yeah. Okay. We'll give it half because I don't think like the next categories are gonna help consistency. Do you think it's gonna make sense the movie, or as we were saying, will it suffer from the adaptation?
I think since he's a good writer, Alex is a good writer, so I think the adaptation is going to be good.
But I do believe that it's gonna feel rushed.
I mean, if there were any consistency problems, then I think those consistency problems would be the books. You know?
Oh, so you're suggesting that the problem would come direct from the
yeah,
source?
it would inherit the
Okay.
consistency troubles.
What say
Yeah.
you, Dan?
I guess I'm on board. I think it will be by itself great. If you read the books, maybe you will suffer the film. I hope it doesn't have these kind of references of something that it's used in the books, like in the third book, but it's mentioned in the first one.
Yeah.
Then you're stuck with this thing that you have, you won't use it.
Okay, like you don't want a failed use of the Chekhov's gun.
Yeah, like everything that is in the film is going to be used in the film.
Okay.
Not expecting to have a sequel or a threequel or whatever.
Okay. So, well, saying that, I do believe like the general belief here is that it's gonna work out
Yeah.
somehow, so we could give it a point.
Yeah.
And finally, well, we've like hinted at this for the whole video. Will it be memorable,
I think
or will it remain a
it
cult
might.
classic?
It might be a cult classic. It might be.
Yeah.
Like the kind of movies like our sons is gonna, oh, Dad, like this guy says this movie exists, and you're gonna be like, oh man, that's right, this movie came out some when.
You know, I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping it is a cult classic.
Okay.
But I don't think it will go even near a blockbuster classic.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think it will reach Ex Machina?
I highly doubt it. I don't think so.
I doubt it also, but I hope it does.
Okay.
Maybe if, it's like, if you see it, it's going to be great. But if you don't, you will never hear of it.
Yes, it's going to go under the radar. Even for the award season, it's
Okay.
going to be under the radar.
I guess that's a half point then
Yeah.
in this matter. Giving us a total of 5 out of 7 points for Annihilation. And now, what are the things that are bound to happen just because the movie is the movie?
Natalie Portman going batshit crazy, dude.
You think she's gonna go insane?
Going
Nuts.
crazy.
You know how? Have you seen the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
Where everyone is like, we have to go fucking
Desperation.
go! I have to find the shadow! And somehow they're all,
They fall into hysteria.
yeah, they're so mad
Okay.
with themselves and everything that is going on. Even if they go back, they're going to die.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like
maybe in the film, this bubble thingish, colorful
Oh, yes,
dome
LCD.
is going to get to where Oscar Isaac is, and the monster is going to come for them and maybe devour Wong. I mean, I'm completely sure Wong is going to die.
Wong
And he's
dies.
the
that's
guy
racist, dude.
that is going to stay on the base.
Wong dies
in the base.
Okay.
He's not going out. He's going to stay with Oscar and whatever. But he's
like
going
the
to
nurse?
die. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like the character you need to kill only because he has a name, but you can kill him because he's not a centerpiece of the puzzle.
Uh-huh.
Maybe Oscar and Natalie survive. Maybe they don't.
I do believe like Oscar Isaac's character is gonna wake up, like close the end of the movie, like for the final sequence of, oh god, like you were saying, the dome reached us, huh? Gotta get out of here, and then it's oh, my wife is here as well. Damn.
Oh shit!
Exactly, and
You had one job, woman.
like, I mean, he's gonna wake up, he's gonna go find his woman, and they're gonna like
Kill the beast.
kill the beast or die together, whatever. And also, I'm calling it, man, there's gonna be some weird kinky stuff between Portman and Isaacs. I'm sure.
Not kinky stuff, just sex.
Well, yes, well, I mean, like, there's that scene. That scene is bound to happen as well.
Yeah.
Either it's at the beginning or it's like crazy adventure in the jungle. It's going to happen.
Princess Padme, Amidala,
And Paul Dameron.
Oh, that is
That's
that's
not cool,
intriguing,
bro.
man. Okay.
Just think about it.
She's
for a
the
second.
mother of the general. Come on, man.
Think about it for a second.
Yeah, that's really weird, but because I mean, like, the general is
An old lady.
exactly that would mean that Padme Amidala is even older.
She did.
She did. I mean, like, she died of sadness, you know. Because be careful of sadness, kids. This is a serious warning. I'm serious, but yeah.
Maybe she's in the jungle because there's no sand, and Anakin hates sand, so
So that avoids Hayden Christensen's cameo. But well, that pretty much sums it up. Remember to follow us on social media to see if we got it right once this movie comes out. If you want to see it, we wouldn't recommend it because we have not seen it yet. But hey, if you want to go to the movies, you might as well catch up with Annihilation. That would be all for this episode. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next week with a weird movie again. I mean, like, I never thought so many movies came out in a year. But okay, we'll talk about it next week. Thanks for listening.